All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. And peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. All right, this lesson or video is going to be about how nuclear weapons are prophesied in the scriptures. And I'm just going to jump right into it. Get the scriptures that are straight to the point, all right, and really paint that image in your head, that vision of in your head. This is Isaiah 34, in verse 4. It says, "And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll." All right, and when the heavens rolled together as a scroll, if you look up a mushroom cloud, it creates that shape of how a scroll would be rolled together. You see, it kind of rolls inside of itself and gets bigger as it, you know. I mean, you can pull up videos yourself, but yeah, that's what Isaiah saw, was that mushroom cloud, and he described it pretty well, saying, "Heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven." And another word for sword is weapon. So my weapon shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Yeah, chiefly Esau Edom is going to come down upon, but also the people of the Lord's curse, which is 2/3 of Israel and the rest of these nations. You know, and a sword being bathed in heaven. That's also talked about in Second Ezra, the 16th chapter. It says, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia! Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria!" All right. It says, "Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand." All right. And it's about to tell you what kind of destruction. "A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? Or weapon. A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may any one quench the fire in stubble? Then it hath begun to burn. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not utterly be beaten to powder at his presence?" So he's threatening, and you can't drive away the Lord's threats. All right. It says, "The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world." Now this is how it's describing those nuclear missiles, those ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right, because only those can be shot from one end of the earth to the other. All right. It says, "Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth." Right, just like a missile. They're sent, and they don't come back until they carry out what its purpose. It says, "The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again." Right, and it's described as plagues because hey, there's many created, all right? There's not just one that's gonna wipe out America. No, it's a plague of them. All right. Let's see. I heard a number. It was like 100,000. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, this is I kind of need to get to this chapter, but this is Revelation 9 and 16. This is also talking about um, the thermonuclear missiles. It says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them, and and thus I saw the horsemen in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of the jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke of brimstone. All right, so here John the Revelator is describing them as an army of horsemen, and he said the number of them were 200,000, which is 200 million when you do the math, and he's describing these so-called horsemen, and it says having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. All right, and the reason why he's comparing it to a lion, or the head of it as lion, is because a lion that is a mighty creature. Right, it does a lot of damage. You know, so the head or the top of it, the warhead, is like a lion and issues out fire, smoke, and brimstone. It says, by these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their powers for their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt. So the power was in the warhead, and it was in the tails. All right, because the power in the tails got them from point A to point B, and then what was in their mouth or the head blew their ass up. All right, this is clearly describing thermonuclear missiles, and if not, because hey, a lot of scoffers say no, it's not talking about that. All right, it was some horsemen, with actual lion heads, and they were traveling like serpents. Is that what you have in your head? Come on, man. This is a prophetic book. Where this is obvious that if you have the spiritual mindset, we're living in the end days right now. What else could this be talking about? It's definitely talking about thermonuclear missiles. Because scoffers love to say what it isn't, but don't know what it is. Yeah, that is it on 2nd Ezra 16 too. Let's see. Let's get Zechariah 14. Yeah, this is Zechariah 14 and 12. Or I'll start at 11. So I kind of want to make this point. And men shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more utter destruction, but Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. Right? Because I'm speaking on thermonuclear destruction, and people say, why would you want something like that? Why would you want something like that to come to pass? Well, we know, here at Great Millstone, we know that the elect of Israel are going to be saved out of that. And that's what we hope for, to be saved from the nuclear missiles. But we also know after that destruction happens, that's when the kingdom comes. So verse 12 it says, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet." What other plague or what other instrument of destruction can do that? "And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouths." Yeah, and it shows you, what was that bitch's name? On Judgment Day. I'll be back, motherfucker. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator. Sorry, I had to go through a fucking mental loopholes just to think of it. Judgment. Just pull up. Yeah. Flesh being consumed while they stand. 1 minute she got flesh. Next minute, just bones. Yeah, Zechariah 14, I'll read it again. Verse 12, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth." Yeah, and that if that ain't it, then what is it? Let's see. Let's grab Isaiah 9 and 5. Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." Right? All the battles and wars fought, in the past, is loud bangs, loud noises. You got some blood on you. But this one, it's just straight fire, man. Nuclear fire. I'm going to end it with that. Yeah. So, Lord willing, this was edifying, uplifting to the elect. Once again, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakradash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Actually, take that back. I'm not ending it quite yet. I'm going to end it with this. 2 Peter 3. Yeah, this is 2 Peter's chapter 3, verse 10. "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt away with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up." Verse 11, "Seeing then," so the Apostle Peter knew what was up. That one day that a fervent heat was going to melt the earth. So, "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?" Right? Yeah, we're not living that YOLO spirit over here. That fucking, well, the world's gonna end one day, so might as well live it up. Go after your lust or whatever. Hey, we have an understanding that there's judgment for every action that we do here on earth. There's a reward. So, "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness." So that's what you should be looking for, is that new heaven and new earth, where righteousness is coming in. into fruition. All right. So I'm gonna end it with that, and on that, wishful thinking note, hopeful thinking note, not wishful because it's gonna happen, but hope that we can take part of it. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, again double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who I learned this truth from, and sincere blessings to the Akim out there that's pushing this word. Shalom.